properly or what? Half a day is left for me. 11:45. So many hours are left.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Swapna, go ahead.
This meeting is being recorded.
Namaste. Verse 55, I heard it this way when you chanted and Lakshmi ji repeated, Mat karma krin. Did you use the sound na krin? Is there a sandhi there?
Correct, sandhi. The takara becomes a nakara. Correct, sandhi is there. Actual word is takara, mat karma krit only. Yeah. Al sandhi.
So while chanting, should it be chanted mat karma krin or mat karma krit?
Krin is better to chant because sandhi is there. Just chanting it together. So just like every other place where we operate the sandhi, we chant after the sandhi is operated. Like that here also, mat karma krin mat parama.
Dhanyavada.
Yes. Yeah, Haraprasad ji.
My question is, Jnatum, is that, which pratyaya is it from?
It is called tumun pratyaya. Tumun.
Oh, it is Jnatum. Okay.
Tumun.
Got it.
For the purpose of.
Yeah.
For the purpose of, yeah. Balaha patitum vidyalayam gacchati. The child goes to the school for studying, like that.
I got it.
Yeah. Anuradha ji.
Hey, namaskar.
Namaskar.
Something came up that I have this question for a long time. You said bhakti could change things. And so I heard that a lot of people say, if you do japa a lot, your prarabdha karma will be less. And I have problem, really thinking about that. So my way of the explanation is that whenever the karma phala, you cannot change any karma phala, but once you do the japam, then your mind will go to Ishvara, and that way maybe the phalam will be less felt. Is it something?
Yeah, exactly. So 2 or 3 statements, observations we can make. One is that the prarabdha karma means what? That karma which is already fructified or in the process of fructifying throughout, which is what I call my lifespan. Okay, my life, quote unquote. That is already decided, fixed. Anyway, for convenience, they have split the karma into sanchita, prarabdha, and this agami karma is where I am constantly creating, doing and creating, doing and creating, doing and creating. Being a conscious and being with free will, I can do that. Constantly, I'm doing it. In fact, without that, I could not have created my prarabdha and my sanchita anyway. So that kind of life is happening. And so this life for me is a clue that I've led this kind of life before also. This is a clue for me. There's no other clue I have. This is the clue, right? And so new karmas are being created. So if somebody says by doing japa, you can either minimize karma, if they say, they are probably referring to agami karma, because by definition we are not going to touch prarabdha karma. We cannot touch prarabdha karma. And so agami karma, okay, fine. If I do japa and if I get involved in those kinds of activities, then I am not going to be like I was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. So the things I wanted to do 5 years ago, I may not feel the desire to do now. My pursuits are going to be entirely different. And so automatically what is happening is what I'm doing is changing. Therefore, the karma phala also is changing. What possibilities I will get is all changing. Completely it has changed. And so they have a way of saying, if you do japa, you can change your karma phalam. Okay. It's a way of saying, it's a colloquial kind of statement, right? And which means we have to interpret it the way we understand Shastra. Only thing I can change is agami karma. I can only change what I have the ability to change. And that is what comes under the category called agami karma. And agami karma can be changed even with, so technically, even without dhyanam and japa, I'm changing my karma. I'm deciding my future. I am deciding my future within that agami karma time frame. Other karma, prarabdha karma is there. I can't touch it. But agami karma, a little bit of karma that is there, that I only decide. I only change. And I do have an influence. But this japa, etc., dhyanam, if I pursue the shastram, which includes japa and karma, a stronger statement than what you said. If I do japa, I can influence by karma. That statement can be made stronger by saying, if I study the shastram, I have the ability to influence karma. Because japa, yes, japa means some mental makeup is changing, but that which is going to change my vision completely, what it's going to do, it's going to make me say, I have no karma. No karma. Where is minimizing karma? Where is no karma? How can I say I have no karma? There is only
I'm not
one
a
way.
karta.
That's it. There's no karma. And therefore, Paramarthanandaji makes a point. He repeats it all the time. He says, uh, the jnani also has to go through the prarabdha karma experience. Therefore, they say jnani has prarabdha karma. But Swamiji says, hey, you might think jnani has prarabdha karma, but jnani doesn't think so. Okay, let
Yeah,
it be. The body to chalta
that's the
hai.
Baboharic use of.
Huh?
This is for the Baboharic use that they say that the Gani has a prarabdha karma.
Correct, correct,
It's
correct.
for, yeah. So, okay, so that's good. So, in a way, what I'm getting from you is that the agami karma can be changed, of course, because if you put your mind into something else, but what you have now, you cannot change that.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And only way you can change is going through the Shastra, get the Gyanam, and then you have no karma. Like you will
Oh,
not.
correct. That is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
that is not making incremental changes to karma, but that is a vision that basically says I'm not a karta.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
therefore, our Swamijis will always bring us back to the Shastram. In the
Yeah.
sense, japa, yeah, japa is powerful, yes, but we will take you beyond japa also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agree.
yes.
Agree. And when you say among all people, the one who does all actions for my sake, like, can it be actually done?
Can what be actually done?
Like all actions um, for my sake, like for Krishna's sake?
Yeah, good question. So how can it actually be done? Okay. So you know what? Uh, as children, we used to learn these shlokas that says, when you wake up, chant this shloka. Okay, that is why in order to bring this attitude only. So we used to chant Karagre Vasate, Then the minute you get up and before you put the feet on the ground, you have to chant Samudra Vasane
Samudra
Devi
Vasane Devi.
Parvatastan. You
Yeah.
do that. Then what about before opening the faucet water? Oh, Gange Cha Yamune Devi. Before taking a shower, you have to chant this. Like this, we have hundreds of mantras. It's just unbelievable. They say before, we used to have oil bath and all that, once a week or whatever it is. And while applying oil on the head, there is another mantra. There is a Chiranjeevi mantra. The 7 Chiranjeevis are there. The Chiranjeevi mantra has to be chanted. Where Vibhishana, Hanuman, Markandeya, all these people's names come. It's just mind-boggling. And so we are appreciating now the importance of all that, correct? And then Marga Bandhu Stotram. Before you are traveling somewhere, you chant Marga Bandhu Stotram, so that he will be with you all the time. So this is crucial. This is why that's why the vision of Advaita is building on all of that. And therefore, for such a person, it won't be difficult at all. That person will disagree with you. He'll say, how come it's not difficult, not easy for you? He will ask. The child also will ask. It's very easy for me.
Okay.
See that? So for us, what we should do is, we continue to chant all these months, shlokas. We must have a pocket, a shloka in our shloka bank. Okay. That's why I conducted a short course on shlokas. What shlokas we must know. And some people told me, Jaykumarji, we're not used to chanting shlokas. So I conduct 4 months. I just conducted those basic shloka meaning, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Hanuman, Rama, Vishnu, like this, a big list. And it's always useful to keep those shlokas in mind.
So that is the meaning of giving to for his sake.
That is the starting point for sure. And once you chant it, automatically that the Bhagavan is invoked. Otherwise, my actions are mechanical. My actions are all mechanical. I want water, I just take a bottle and then pour water and drink.
Yeah.
It's all mechanical. And Bhagavan saying, be alert. Be alert. So everything is Ishvara means, look, now I am putting Ishvara water in Ishvara glass from the Ishvara bottle. By saying Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri, then my actions will not be mechanical after some time. Once I keep initially deliberately I practice. Then
So
afterwards,
when would you take another class like that?
when will I take another class like that? That's what I took. The videos are all there. Many people do watch it. They said we are going to. It's all basically shlokas and meaning and shlokas. And
Where
so
is it?
if you
Where is
want,
it?
you can, Swapna can guide you.
Okay.
Yeah, Swapna was there in that course, and I think Swapna very there, no? I vaguely remember. If not, we can find out.
We were there. You said Shuklam Bharadaram, we started from there also.
Correct. Yeah, Sunita and all were there.
It is there in the playlist.
It is.
Oh,
We'll share
okay.
the link.
Yeah, share that link.
Okay.
If you can.
Okay.
So
Thank you very much.
So that's a very useful thing, even for our children. We should teach all of that, and it's useful to see. Bhagavad Gita chanting is one thing. That is, you need to sit down on one place and chant. But these shlokas help us connect purpose. Okay, there is a purpose for this. Godavari, Saraswati, etc. There's a purpose of saying Saraswati Namastubhyam. Okay, I'm about to read a book. I'm about to read a letter, or I'm about to read an article. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kama Rupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatume Sada. That's it. Now everything is sanctified. I don't need any temple, nothing I need. It is already sanctified. This mantra sanctifies the whole process, sanctified. And therefore now I can't, now that it is sanctified, I can't be disrespectful to anything or anybody that I am studying about, writing about, reading about. And I'm now concentration is coming. Now, because now I invoke Bhagavad Saraswati is there right here. So I can't disrespect her, And so, therefore, I must focus. Focus comes because it's all sanctified. Everything is sanctified. Somebody is interrupting. I can look back and say, okay, can we do it in about 10 minutes, or is this urgent? Because now the focus is here. So the whole that attitude brings along with it's a package deal. Like thali, everything comes. Thali, you have so many cups of so many different things. So everything comes along with it.
That should be very helpful because this, yeah, now I understand the Samarpan.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Radha.
you. Thank you. So Sapnaji, you heard, right? You'll help me.
Yeah, maybe I took the wrong word, but I know Sapna had helped me by cataloging all of it. And she spent a lot of time saying this video has these shlokas, this video has these shlokas, etc. And all they've done. So the document is prepared and the entire list is made and all. A lot of work they've done. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Yeah, Vaidya, go ahead.
Yes, Jaykumarji, I'm sorry, I joined the class a little late today. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So, so you might have mentioned this perhaps in your, in the pravachanam earlier. So I think this verse 1155, I think that's one of the 10 significant verses from the Bhagavad Gita that Pujya Swamiji had once compiled. And you probably mentioned this, right?
I didn't say it is part of the 10 significant verses, but I said it is a seed verse. It is a verse that is, it's like a capsule, which has a lot of medicine in it, and which is the seed for the next chapter.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think, I don't know if that was published as a book form or in one of the Arshavidya Gurukulam, anniversary book, booklets. So this verse is mentioned. I'm trying to remember where I saw that.
So two things are there. Two books are there of Swamiji. One is called The Teaching of the Bhagavad Gita.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a book which is some 100, 150 pages probably, and a medium-sized book. Then there is another book called The Vision of the Bhagavad Gita, which is a thicker book, which is somewhat like the most significant verses of the Bhagavad Gita. In the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, he kind of goes almost chapter by chapter. I mean, he does go chapter by chapter. Every chapter is covered. But in the other book, it's only significant verses.
Got it.
Yeah, I think that's what you might be referring to.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
There is
and
a
then
book. There is a book called 10 Essential Verses of Bhagavad Gita by Swamiji. There is.
Okay. Okay. So that's it. Okay. I need to look at that. Or maybe I have it. I don't know. I thought I knew all the books, but 10 Essential Verses, huh? Really? There's a book like that? Wow. Okay. So the Vision of the Bhagavad Gita is a different book than the 10 Essential Verses. Okay. All right. So maybe you were referring to that 10 Essential
Verses. Okay. Thank you. Then secondly, I wanted to, just a brief comment briefly on, one of the questions that was asked earlier today in the Satsang. This is about how, our own prayers in general, right? Stotrams or japa or homas, all these, how they can change, some amount of the karma that we are going through or some family members are going through. That is accepted in our Shastra, right? And you have various homas, for example, Mrityunjaya Homa is prescribed for someone, to do so in someone's name, someone is sick. right? So that they will survive that illness and come back. So there are karmas like that, because each of those karmas has a drishtafala and an adrishtafala. So the drishtafala will be could be the recovery of the person, correct? So I think from what you said, Jaykumarji, though, that fits into the category of you're doing this agami karma, which is fructifying, and that agami can be, next week or next month also.
Correct. Correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah. So absolutely. So there are actions we do. Let's call it non-religious actions. Okay. For us, generally, there is no such thing as a non-religious action, right? Every action is, Ishvara is invoked in everything. But let's call it as a non-religious versus religious action, right? And both will have karma phalam. Both will have karma phalam. And so everything we said applies to all types of actions, all types, religious, non-religious. And then, of course, we invoke our Shastram to get some specific results, of course, very specific results. Like some good education, proper education, passing exams, or and diseases so afflicting us, and some freedom from discomfort, disease, that kind of things. So yeah, all these are there, very much there.
Yeah. Thank you, Jaykumar.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, sounds good. So what we'll do, Anuradha, is we'll give you that library of talks, and there is a document also prepared. I think him prepared the document which lists all the shlokas and things like that. So it should be, take a look, and it should be fairly self explanatory and usable. Yeah. Okay, so we'll stop with that. Yeah, this.
Jayakumarji, one quick
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, Mahesh, go ahead.
I mean, I know you are in Delhi. Can you, if you are finished, can you explain can you give us a little bit why you are there?
Yeah, I'll explain. Sure, I'll do that. Divya, go ahead. Yeah, you're not audible. You're on mute.
Sorry. This is a more basic question. I don't know if this has been addressed already, but we talk of the mind. So, according to the scriptures, what is the mind? Would you be?
Oh, we talk of mind, but what do the scriptures say the mind is?
Yeah.
Sankalpa vikalpatmakam manaha. That is it. That is what the Shastram says. Defines the mind as. Okay. So, see, suppose somebody asks, what is the hand? What is the hand? Suppose somebody asks. What do? We have to show our hands, right? We say, this is the hand. You don't know this part of the body? This is the hand, Where does it end? It ends here. Where does it start? You have to stop somewhere. You have to go like this, and then you have to stop somewhere, right? Does it include the shoulder or not include the shoulder? It's okay. If you exclude it, it's okay. You have to give some answer, right?
Yeah.
So there is no absolute part called hand. There's no absolute part. It appears like this part of the body is the hand. Okay, it's fine. We can understand that, but we can't put an exact boundary to the hand.
Mm.
You can't put an exact boundary. But the approximate function is there. That which is able to pick up things, that part of the body operate, holding objects, okay, things like that. That is the hand, because no other part of the body can pick up things, pick up
Right.
objects. So Grahana
Right.
Shakti, in fact, Tattvabodhakara will say, Pani, he will say, Grahanam, he will use the word Grahana. So picking up, that grasping ability, and etc. Okay. So like that, mind is described as Sankalpa Vikalpatmakam. Means what? That faculty of the body which is able to do Sankalpa. Sankalpa saying means what? I want this. I want to go to the market today. That is called Sankalpa. Vikalpa is saying, open the fridge and say, you know what, I think I can wait for a couple of days. I have a lot of Sanskrit homework to do. Today I'd rather sit at home and do the homework. Okay? It's called Vikalpa. Sankalpa, Vikalpa. Sankalpa, Vikalpa. That is, this is how the Shastra defines the mind. The mind that is able to make a wish or change that and vacillate. That is mind. Then what about that faculty which decides, no, I have to go to the market today. It just no, I can't delay it any further. Okay, there is nothing in the refrigerator. There is nothing here. If you say that's the Buddhi saying, Buddhi. So the Shastram divides the mind and intellect. So I have not studied modern psychology, so I don't know how they divide it. But in our case, it is the Buddhi is given prominence. And so that is called Buddhi. Buddhi is called what? Nischayatmika Buddhi. That is a technical word.
Oh.
Nischayatmika means what? That faculty of the body, which is of the nature of making decisions, is called Buddhi. Certainty, Nischayatmika, that which brings certainty to what you think is called Buddhi. When there's no certainty, it is just Sankalpa Vikalpa. Shall I do this? Shall I do that? Maybe I should good to do this, that. I should. This is called Manaha. Buddhi has not come yet in that kind of thinking.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So we will conclude. Oh yeah, sorry. About 10 days ago, Swami Sadatmananda ji of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.